my name is Alice and this channel is called Alice's Life. In today's video I'm going to be doing a fairly short review video talking about my experiences whilst eating the vegan menu on a long haul flight with TUI. So I'm not actually a vegan, but I have a food intolerance to lactose, which is in dairy, and then also eggs. And those two ingredients tend to be like hidden in a lot of foods. For example, sometimes chicken is like pumped full of milk to like boost its weight, and then also sometimes there's like dried eggs in mysterious products. Anyway, so I thought it might just be easier and more straightforward for them on the aeroplane if I said that I was a vegan. Although I'm not a vegan, but anyway, decided to be a vegan for this flight. Anyway, so it was a long haul flight from the UK over to Melbourne, Orlando, Florida. So it was about a 9-hour flight, and I'm going to be talking about I had 4 meals. I'm going to be talking about the food there and the food back. Anyway, so the flight leaving the UK left at about 10:30. It was probably like nearly an hour delayed. So we got lunch a couple of hours into the flight. So I had, well, they came along with like white or red wine and also soft drinks and also full-size 330ml cans of fizzy drinks. That was good. It wasn't like the small ones. So I got some white wine. Not sure if that was vegan, because as I said, I'm not vegan. And for the main course, it came out to people with like food intolerances or allergies, and also children first. So I got a lentil shepherd's pie, a little thing of butter, a little thing of soya milk, and also a Bear yo-yo mango flavoured sort of fruit winder, which was sort of more for kids, but it was good, and some naans oat cakes, and all that was vegan. And so the normal adult meal, they got pasta, and apparently my sister said the cheesecake was a little bit lemony.
What is that? Cheesecake. Rice? Cheese. Pasta.
Yeah. So I'm not a big fan of lentils, and it's always very small portions on the airplane. So they decided to give me gluten-free foods, although I'm not gluten-free. But yeah. But I was pleased to get the little soya milk because it meant that I could have tea when they next came along, and I could have tea with my milk instead of drinking black tea. I don't really find food on airplanes that filling, so I would recommend that you take your own snacks. So I had some knickknacks that my sister had packed for me, and also like a Belvita breakfast biscuit bar thing. So yeah, keep me going. Then a few hours later, I'm not really sure what time it is because you kind of like lose track of time, and also there's a 5-hour time difference between here and the UK and in Florida, but I think it was like early afternoon. We got like a sort of afternoon tea or early dinner. So I got a gluten-free sandwich with like roasted vegetables and hummus, beetroot hummus, so it was all pink inside. Doesn't look the most appetizing, but actually tasted okay. The filling tasted okay, but I really do not like gluten-free bread. It's like all sandy texture. So yeah, I wasn't a super fan. And then sort of like a little sliced, individually wrapped tea cake with like a fruit cake with raisins in, and then I also got another soy milk so I could have another tea with that. So yeah, I'm just not a fan of gluten-free stuff. And the normal adult menu was a egg sandwich in like more of a sub sort of bread roll, and they got a sort of little brownie cookie square. Then 14 nights later, I was heading back from the Melbourne, Orlando, Florida airport back over to the UK. So I got another 2 meals over the 9-hour flight. I'm not even sure what time it was, but maybe a couple of hours into the flight, I got a sort of sweet potato curry with like beans and rice. It wasn't a spicy curry, and I do prefer spicy curries, but I can see why they would do a mild curry because not everyone likes spice. Yeah, but that was tasty, and it was hot, which is good. Apparently the normal adult meal, the rice was a bit sticky and strange in texture, and also it was chicken with some sort of red sauce. I also got a little bread roll, so I'm pleased they didn't give me gluten-free food again. However, they didn't give me any of the little soya milk, so I did not have any tea coming home. The sweet potato curry looks okay in the picture, but it was actually a fairly small portion. So I had a bagel with some sort of grape jelly, strawberry jelly as well as a snack, and also had some popcorn, chocolate. Basically, there's not much to do on flight, you end up just eating snacks, but that's okay. Anyway, I was trying to get to sleep because it was overnight flight, but then I didn't really get much sleep. I got an hour's sleep because there was a lot of noise, kids and things. But at about 3:30 in the morning, they came along and they gave me a little fruit pot and another bread roll and margarine. Yeah, I ate the fruit pot. It was a bit mediocre, so yeah. And it was a bit of a strange time to eat because I was trying to get back onto UK times. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Personally, before booking the vegan menu, I was looking on YouTube or even Google to try and find reviews of what people had ended up eating, just to see what it was going to be like. So I couldn't really find much, so I thought this would be helpful for people that are doing flights in the future, particularly long haul flights with TUI, to see what they're going to get. So anyway, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, and bye!